Hey friends, welcome to the Golden Lotus Studio Songwriters Open Mic Night. I'm your host, Siena Friend, and we have a lovely lineup of artists for you this evening. Can't wait for you to hear them. Our featured songwriter tonight is Barr, and she just released a new album, so we're going to hear a little bit longer set from her, hear some of her new songs, and then we'll have a little Q&A with her at the end where we talk about songwriting and any questions that anyone who's watching has, so be sure to stick around for that. Before I get started, I just want to thank Golden Lotus Studio for hosting these open mics, and if you are watching this video right now, yes, that is you, then if you could do me a favor and go ahead and click the like button for this video, that would be awesome. That's like giving us a little tip just so we get seen by more people, and you can also subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so yet. And also hit that share button right now, and you can share on your social media platform of choice and invite your friends to this party so we can get these amazing artists heard by more folks. So thank you so much for being here as always. And I will go ahead and start us off with a song that I just released. This is my first single from an upcoming album that will be out later this year, but the first single is called Falling Pink Petals, and you can find it on Spotify or wherever you listen to music. I haven't played this song live probably ever, and when I wrote it, I took it into Logic pretty quickly and added all these electronic parts, so it was kind of fun today to remember just the stripped down guitar version, and I haven't played it like this before, so here it goes. Counting down, looking out, nose to the glass, giving up, paper cup, this too shall pass, breathing in, stepping out, soft as the breeze, gravity pulling me back down to earth, gratitude showing me all that I'm worth, all that I'm worth. Keeping time, let it slide, frozen in place, watching my thoughts collide in empty space, go within, all around, high as the trees, gravity pulling me back down to earth, gratitude showing me all that I'm worth, all that I'm worth. I will be covered in falling pink petals. 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 Thank you. Awesome. So yeah, you can go check out the produced version on Spotify if you like. I'll give you a link later. And the next song I'm going to play is actually going to be the next single that I'm releasing. That will be in March, and it's called Left Me Nothing. I'm standing in the middle of the wreckage. They say the storm is over, but I can't forget it. I'm waiting on the shore to see what washes up, but the bottle comes back empty. There is no message. How can I be strong when I've felt the ground crumbling? And how can I hold on when it's left me nothing? 'Cause I just wanna make it through the night. Yeah, I just need someone to hold me tight. Can you make it all disappear? Can you make it all disappear? Everyone's rebuilding. Skies are clearing, the sun is coming out, but I can't feel it. Down in the garden, the roses are blooming, the birds are singing, but I can't hear them. Strong when I've seen the sky opening, and how can I hold on when it's left me nothing? 'Cause I just wanna make it through the night. Yeah, I just need someone to hold me tight. Can you make it all disappear? Can you make it all disappear? Ooh, can you make it all disappear? Thank you. Thanks. All right, next up we have Erica Turpinning Romeo. I'm gonna go ahead and spotlight you. Hey, Erica.
Hey, C. Hi, everybody. Yes, okay. Sorry, I just really enjoyed listening to those two songs. It's strange to switch gears. So this first one, it wasn't a Friday Afternoon Song Club song, but it was still the result of like a prompt, kind of. I have a writing group with my boyfriend and our friend, where we sort of randomly generate a couple of words and then we have a week to like write something that connects them. And so our two words a few weeks ago were prepare and off stage. So this is the song that resulted from that. It's called Off Stage. It started with "It's really coming down out there." I wore a tight white dress. We had to wet my hair. It ended with a eerie thriller twist. When my brother saw it, all he said was, "What a bitch." That year I kissed the wolf boy on the stairs. He was young and dumb, but I might have loved him once, until I kissed the wolf man on the wing. He was thin and scared, and he taught me everything. There are things that you only find out when the lights go down. There are things that you only find out when the lights go down. When the lights go down. It started with a fight in the town square. The set was scaffolding, we had to tease my hair. It ended with us sprawled out on the bed. All my friends said they thought I looked really dead. That year we braved a heat wave at the farm. A baby goat was born, I held her in my arms. Baby goat was born, I held her in my arms. We talked about the miracle it was, with her stillborn brother lying next to us. There are things that you only find out when the lights go down. There are things that you only find out when the lights go down. When the lights go down. It's not that you're scared, it's just that you're unprepared. So don't be afraid, they're waiting for you off stage. No, don't be afraid, they're waiting for you off stage. It started with a puppet reading poems I read from index cards held in my shaking palms. At the end we sang the song True Blue. It was an accident, but I sang it straight to you. Later that night in my cold room, the window well behind you full of the full moon, I asked you which bits you had liked. You stared off into space, said you just ruined my life. There are things that you only find out when the lights go down. There are things that you only find out when the lights go down. There are things that you might have found out, but it's too late now. It's too late now. It's too late now.
Woo!
Thanks, guys. The words just went right out of my head a couple times. This next one is a song that I wrote from Friday Afternoon Song Club here at Golden Lotus Studios. A couple weeks ago, maybe 2, maybe 3 weeks ago. And that prompt was It was a fun one because Gary had us start with like a description of what we wanted the song to be like. And I had wanted to write something that had kind of like a sea shanty vibe. Um, we were in a sort of cultural moment where sea shanties were all of a sudden very exciting. Um, anyway, here's that song. On December 11th, 1987, a mother learned a lesson about who gets kept, and she said that the song, when it's good, is much better than the very best moves of the very best lover. She went cold, that's how everyone knows, that's how every wind blows her away. She went cold, that's how everyone knows, that's how every wind blows her away. He only loved her because she looked like his mother, and that harbor spring summer was so much longer than the others. At high noon, the captain, half drunk, would start laughing when he asked you for something. You better make something happen. He went cold, that's how everyone knows, that's how every wind blows him away. He went cold, that's how everyone knows, that's how every wind blows him away. A good man on paper, you accomplished 12 labors, but not one of them saved her, no, not even the last. Oh, brother, my brother, you told her that you loved her, but all the water that you're under is bound to make a girl wonder. You went cold, that's how everyone knows, that's how every wind blows you away. You went cold, that's how everyone knows, that's how every wind blows you away. At night when I think about the stories you used to tell when we were both small and all your words worked like spells. In hushed tones you built a room figures would walk into, and now when it's thick with moon there's one in particular. We called him the tricker guy. He'd come in the slick of night and rearrange all our things, the pictures and the butter knives. The story went he was once a man whose love died in an avalanche, but his grief struck him down to size level with our 4 blue eyes. Oh, renouncer of women, the song's just beginning, and the ice, it is thinning right under your shoes. Oh, brother, my brother, you told her that you loved her, but the middle of Lake Michigan wanted to feel you in it. We went cold, we go cold, that's how everyone knows, that's how every wind blows us away. We go cold, that's how everyone knows, that's how every wind blows us away. That's how every wind blows us away. Thanks, guys.
Oh man, that song is so good. I'm so glad that you played it.
Thanks, C.
Yeah, thanks, Erica. All right, next up we have Mari Dennis, and Mari and I were just reminiscing. We met at a show we played together over a year ago in Los Angeles when there were still live shows happening, and it was a while ago, but I remember your music very well, Mari, and I'm excited to hear you again tonight. So thanks for coming. You can go ahead and unmute. There you go.
Yeah, I know that was such a, like we were saying earlier, that was such a long time ago. It feels like such a long time ago. And I've been trying to actually like join this. I know you've been doing this and emailing me, but this is a lucky Saturday for me to be able to do it. Yeah. That was really cool. That was like really haunting too and lovely. And it's cool that you're playing the bass. Yeah, never, I don't know if I could do that. anyways, I just picked 2 random original songs for this one. Yeah, this first one is called Never Let You Go. I have a bunch of songs that are not going to be released. They're just kind of songs that I made. And I feel like all songwriters are kind of like that. You know, we just like create a bunch of things and not everything is meant to be put out into the world. But it's kind of like for us kind of songs. So yeah, this is one of those.
That summer night, my summer dress, your weary eyes filled with regret. I never thought I'd love you like this, way out of judgment, lost in my hands and my head. In my head. Would you come back if I admit that I love you? Would you react if I confess how I never let you go? Never let you go. Too many losses, never enough. Hearts feeling desperate, thought it was love. I never cared, you don't have much to give. I only saw all heaven's bliss when we kissed. When we kissed. Would you come back if I admit that I love you? Would you react if I confess how I never let you go? Never let you go. The only thing we ever did right was open up our hearts, darling, from the start. Only thing we ever did right. In your pain, love, I saw you. Would you come back if I admit that I love you? Would you react if I confess how I never let you go? Never let you go.
Thank you. So that was called Never Let You Go. I feel so rusty, like singing to people. I mean, I know this is visual, but like, I mean, digital. But it's been a while. But yeah.
You sound amazing.
Sorry?
You sound amazing.
Thanks, girl. Thank you. And this is actually really encouraging to like all of us like are women in the house. Really cool. I just kind of miss like having other musicians around me, even though it's now digital. It still kind of sucks, but it'll do for now. For now, this thing has to end. All right, this next song is called Hold Me Again. It's a song off of the first EP that I've ever released.
Hold it all in with a prayer, but I'm going so deep in your revelation. Spend all my nights in a trance. Honey, you're not what I thought you were. But you're swimming in my mind. You take all of my time. Hold me again, secrets in hand. Weekend the slightest touch. Reasons I won't say. Just feel like a mistake. Hold me again, love, don't pretend, yeah, you're weak in my slightest touch. You said you'd be here, and I believed you. Far too gone. Is it too late? Begged you to stay. My heart is hurting to kiss you, darling. Hold it all in the prayer. Moving so deep in your revelations. Spend all my nights in a trance. Honey, you're not what I thought you were. But you're swimming in my mind. Just take all of my time. Hold me again, secrets in head. Weak in the slightest touch. Reasons I won't take. This feel like a mistake. Hold me again, love, don't pretend, yeah, you're weak in my slightest touch. You said you'd be here, and I believed you. Far too gone. Is it too late? Begged you to stay. My heart is hurting to kiss you, darling. Do I want it back? Get out for just like the reckless and the youngest nights. Do I want it back? Do I want it back? Get out for just like the reckless and the youngest nights. Do I want? But you're swimming in my mind. You sing all of my time. Hold me again, secrets at hand. Weak in the slightest touch. Reasons I won't take. It's been like a mistake. Hold me again, love, don't pretend, yeah, you're weak in my slightest touch. You said you'd be here, yeah, I believed you. Far too gone. Is it too late? Begged you to stay. My heart is hurting to kiss you, darling.
Thank you so much, Mari. That was beautiful. And Mari does have a single coming out, even though it may not be one of those songs, but it's coming out on Valentine's Day, her next single, and you can pre-save it. I just put the link in the chat. I just pre-saved it, and that's a great thing to do for artists. If you go ahead and pre-save on Spotify, that just helps us independent artists out. So thanks. We are at our featured songwriter of the night. Up next is Karen Barr. Karen just released her new album, Honey and Dirt, last month. It's really amazing, so I'll share the links for all of that, and I encourage you to check it out. But I'm going to go ahead and spotlight you, Karen, and thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you for having me. This is, man, I could just listen to you three all night long. This is like a beautiful little virtual campfire. And really, it was so sweet of you, Siena, to invite me to be here tonight. So thanks. I'm going to play a couple songs from the album, and then I'm going to play a song that came out of Friday Afternoon Song Club. This is Flash Flood, and it was an accidental prompt. I was playing around with a chord progression, and it was spring in Chicago, and my phone alerted me that flash floods were coming, and I must have been feeling maybe a little blue that day, and this is what happened. So. was no warning. It would rain in the morning, all through the day and into the night. The streets would be drowning, the leaves falling forlornly. A case of fight or flight, a flash flood, a flash flood was pouring over me, over me. The wind blistered and boiled the clouds into a coil, pulling me farther away from the light. I heard you reach for me, I saw you telling the story, bone tired and trying to hold tight. In a flash flood, a flash flood, pouring over me, over me. Please hear what I say, help me wash it away, help me make it right, keep my secrets safe, swim with me under the waves, under the waves, until all our tears have dried. From the flash flood, the flash flood, pouring over me, over me. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Take out my capo. Let me just check my tuning real quick. This next song is the first track on the record. It's called Wobbly Heart. And I like to say it's 100% true, like all my songs, and full of lies and fabrication as well. So it's Wobbly Heart. I tried to keep it all together, but I let it fall apart. All because I got a wobbly heart. I knew a slow walking man with a wild horse that he broke. He wasn't blowing smoke or telling jokes, but I choked and hit the road. Oh no, I had a good thing going, but I couldn't seem to stay, and I'll be cursing and crying and grieving to my dying day. My tears run like water, and they taste like cheap red wine. I'll be wrecked till the end of my time. I tried to mend some broken bridges, but I didn't know where to start. All because I got a wobbly heart. I knew a $3 godfather with a tiger tattoo on his back. My flapjack got a pack 'cause I cracked, and that's a fact. Oh man, I had a good thing going, but I couldn't seem to stay, and I'll be cursing, crying, and grieving to my dying day. My tears run like water, and they taste like cheap red wine. right and true, but I always miss the mark. I'm telling you, I got a wobbly heart. I knew a half-moon siren. She was singing sweet and low, singing for to carry me away, singing sweet and low, singing for to carry me away. To my dying day, my tears run like water, and they taste like cheap red wine. I'll be wrecked till the end of my time. Oh, I'll be wrecked till the end of my time. Yeah, we should have done a kazoo sound check. I hope that didn't get too loud.
That was good.
All right, this last song we did, I had this song hanging around for a long time, years, and like you guys probably understand, there were fragments of it that I really liked, and there were fragments of it that I didn't, and we took it to a rewrite in Friday Afternoon Song Club. And so worked on it a little there, worked on it a little more after, and I think I finally got it where I want it to be. So this is the last one I'm going to play for you. This is called, Lonely Track. Stars are out and the train is running slow down a lonely track, the only one I know. I'm longing for a little kiss goodnight. Everybody is tucked in tight. The stars are out and the train is running slow. Take my hand a little while the world keeps turning easy. I could use a little easy about now. When I was a girl, my heart was on fire, like the lights ablaze along a Main Street mile, like the summer sun setting on a broken rodeo. When I was a girl, my heart was on fire. Oh, take my hand a little while the world keeps turning easy. I could use a little easy about now. And we'll be singing hallelujah, hallelujah anyway. Hey, hey, hallelujah, hallelujah anyway. I wish I had a clear running stream, a sandy bank and a white oak tree. cross my heart and hope to die. Stick a needle in my eye. I wish I had a clear running stream. Oh, take my hand a little while the world keeps turning easy. 'Cause I could use a little easy about now.
Oh, thank you, Karen. That was beautiful. Yeah, I remember hearing that last song, and yeah, sometimes they take so long to figure out, but yeah, I think you got it. That was beautiful.
Yeah. Thank
Cool.
you.
So we'll do a little Q&A for about 10-15 minutes, and if anybody um, watching on YouTube or you guys on the Zoom call too, feel free to pop any questions in the chat if you'd like to. Um, to start, this is kind of a big question when I ask people. It's like, I don't want to have you have to tell your whole life story, but um, so you and I met, I think it was almost 4 years ago. We met at a workshop in Nashville.
Mhm.
And I know for me, that was like a jumping off point to really motivating me to work on a lot of music stuff. And I know that you've also done so much since then, releasing an EP and this album as well. But what did your songwriting journey kind of look like? When did you start writing songs, and what motivated you to start doing it more, I guess?
Yeah. So that was definitely a point, like kind of a switch point where I felt, more really empowered to do it. It was such a great workshop, and yeah, it really like springboarded a lot of confidence with songwriting, I think. I think I'm kind of rare in that I didn't grow up playing any instruments. I didn't grow up singing. I didn't grow up with music. I mean, I grew up with music, lots of music in the household and lots of music listening to, but and lots of encouragement to creative endeavors, having that as a part of your life. But I did not really take my first official guitar lesson until I was about 39 years old. And I had a teacher. It was very folk based. My kids were playing music. My husband was taking banjo lessons. And I was sort of had this, I was on the outside looking in, feeling like I wanted to be part of that. And but it was intimidating to me to try to start doing something like that at what I then thought was an old age. And so I had a folk teacher, and she just taught me, how to make songs right away, like how to sing songs right away, folk songs. And she really encouraged me to sing while I played. And I felt the urge to write pretty much right away. So not really knowing how to approach it. The first song I started trying to write probably took 10 years really to finish it, because I did other things in the meantime. But yeah, so I would say it's been definitely a later in life passion that I've developed.
Awesome. Yeah, that's so cool. And you also spoke to something else that I was going to ask you about, which is your family and their involvement in your music as well, because I know that you play with your husband, and then you also told me that both of your daughters are on your record. So I think that's so cool how,
Yes.
they maybe inspired you to pick up the music a little bit more, and now they're singing on your album. So how did that happen? Were they always involved in your music?
No. um, they've always supported my music tremendously. They've always, come to shows and been super encouraging. They both they both played and performed music, singing, and one of my daughters played fiddle growing up and violin, and through school and in choir and such. And so I just asked them if they would, and they were they were willing and happy to join along. So yeah, they're on 2, 3 songs on the record. Yeah.
That's so fun. Yeah, I love the duet with your daughter on Flash Flood that you sang tonight, but on the album, that's really pretty with the two voices.
Yeah, she has a real nice voice and a really great sense of harmonies. So
Beautiful.
appreciated that. Made
Yeah.
it very special for me to have them participate.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, can we talk about this specific album a little bit more? Like, when did you start working on it? How did the process go for you? Just of writing and then recording and everything.
Yeah, so these were songs that I'd been writing and working on and collecting, and they came to be on the album just because they were the songs that I liked, and it happened kind of organically. I had invited a friend, Brian Robb. I think that you met him at that first Jonathan workshop as well, and he lives here, and we had done some other songwriting workshops together in Chicago. So. And he lives very near me. So anyway, we had reconnected there at Jonathan's workshop, and I had invited him. I was doing like a singer-songwriter night at a local venue, and I had kind of like a songwriter in the round kind of thing. And so I had invited him to do that. And afterwards, he mentioned that he had a studio, and do we want to play around with doing some recording? And I was simultaneously had been talking to another friend about doing a few songs. And so initially, my idea was I might have 2 EPs going. And what it ended up happening was it all just kind of blended. We started doing a few songs at my other friend's studio. His name is Joel Simpson. And then we were doing a few others at Brian's. And then we just kind of pulled them all together and finished the project up at Brian's to give it a more like cohesive kind of sound and more filled out throughout the whole records. So yeah, there's a lot of variety on the record. It doesn't really fall into any specific concept or genre. Really just a bunch of songs I liked. I mean, a bunch of songs I wrote and liked enough to record.
Right, right.
Yeah.
But I think it definitely does feel cohesive. It all feels like you, and I think it holds together really great as an album, as a piece of work. So, yeah.
Thank you.
What about the title? I love that, Honey and Dirt. How does that have a special significance?
No, I named it Honey and Dirt one day when I realized that those 2 words showed up a lot in my songwriting. And enough that I actually on one song changed the word dirt to something else because I was like, it's just coming up too much. So, but I liked the pairing of those 2 words. I liked the way they sounded together, and I also felt kind of like it sort of summarized life, that it's sweet and it's messy and it's everything in between. But like those are sort of the big emotional things about life for me, and I felt like it also kind of reflected the themes and the stories that you'll hear in the song.
Mm,
I mean, in the album, on the songs of the album. Yeah.
so cool. Yeah. That's so funny that you find you use those words a lot. I find things like that come up for me too. Like
Yeah.
always the ocean, always sunrises. Like, okay, I need to have more variety maybe, but it's cool to have themes.
Yeah. I mean, it's what you're thinking about, I guess. It's where your creative heart is.
Yeah, very cool. I wanted to ask you something a little bit more about like songwriting and craft, because I feel like with your songs, you tell these really great stories. And for me, I hear different characters, either like different characters speaking or being sung about. Is that something that you consciously do in your songwriting, is sort of take on different characters, perspectives, or stories?
Yeah, I think that almost all my writing is really character based and story based. And it's just the way it happens. It's just, I think, the way my mind works. I just I'm not sure why or that it's a conscious decision, but once I have a thought, I'll often I keep a long list of like lyrical ideas that are just you know, phrases I hear or a thing that pops into my mind. And it's not like I don't keep a list of story ideas, but usually like that little lyrical phrase ends up leading to a story. And so I really, I think the conscious part is that, well, I feel like I do really like think about or try to step into what the character's experiencing and feeling. Like I kind of become like my songs are far from autobiographical. You know, I really don't have a wobbly heart. I've been married for 33 years. So I'm fickle about other things in my life, but I just feel like, well, what would that person, be thinking about, and what would that person be feeling like, and how would she say these things? Almost like I'm not an actor, but I guess maybe like being a character in a play, only I write a song about it.
Yeah, I think that's a really great skill. And I admire the way that your brain works in that way. I think,
Mm.
um, yeah, we all are inspired by different things, and I sometimes have trouble getting into other characters' minds, and I think that's really interesting. I love that in your songs. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? Last call for your burning questions for Karen. This may be your only chance to ask her. um, I wanted to ask you, like, what's next, but I also know that's kind of a weird question to ask when you've just finished an album, which is such a huge thing to achieve. And I also know that by the time you're releasing an album, you're probably like on to the next thing in your writing or something. And also the process, when I find the process of recording, I always like learn a lot that I kind of want to apply to next time, where I think, oh, okay, now I'm heading in this direction. So is there anything like that for you, or are you looking ahead or excited about any new projects?
Yeah, I'm working on trying to come up with a little bit of a video to go with one or two songs on this record. Um, Working on promoting the record, which I don't enjoy. Um, so yeah, I'm still writing, and I do have a bunch of songs I'd love to start recording again. I love that you guys release singles. I never really think about that. Like I think, an EP or a record, and that's just seems so big, because it along with the pandemic in the middle of it all, it took so long to do that. So that's inspiring and a great thought, to just kind of maybe work on recording and releasing some singles. And I think it would probably be, I'm thinking more in the lines of something a lot more acoustic and stripped down
Mm.
rather than so many different instruments and people involved, like not the band sound necessarily, but just some little solo work.
Yeah. Cool, very exciting. That's a great idea. I know that you write so much, so yeah, just releasing singles can be a cool way to
Yeah.
keep connected to your audience and keep getting stuff out there before you have the full next project. So, yeah, I'll look forward to hearing whatever you put out next. And in the meantime, everybody definitely go download or stream Karen's album. Very fun stuff.
Thank
So,
you. Yeah.
yeah, I
Oh,
think.
Glad you played Falling Pink Petals.
Oh, thank you.
Really beautiful song. And I loved it was really different tonight. I liked it a lot. I like both of them, but so been listening to that online too. So
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much.
mhm.
Well, thank you for being our featured artist tonight and having this talk. This was really fun.
Yeah, it was
Um, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to everybody. I'm going to put us on the gallery view so you all can say goodbye if you'd like. So, just again, thank you to everybody who played tonight, Erica and Mari and Karen Barr. So,
meet you guys
um,
doing music.
yeah, this was a really lovely evening,
Mhm.
and we'll be back in 2 weeks on February 20th. We have another great featured songwriter that night, so if you want to play, you can find the link for that underneath this video. And in the meantime, you can check out all the different classes and offerings that we have at Golden Lotus Studio. And yeah, come back, invite your friends, and we'll see you next time.